wada. was about to drink a sip of tea, but I realized I don't have any, I don't have anything left in my mug. But anyway, Rain by Edward Thomas. Rain, midnight rain, nothing but the wild rain. On this bleak hut and solitude and me, remembering again that I shall die and neither hear the rain nor give it thanks for washing me cleaner than I have been since I was born into this solitude. Blessed are the dead that the rain rains upon, but here I pray that none whom once I loved is dying tonight or lying still awake, solitary, listening to the rain. Either in pain or thus in sympathy, helpless among the living and the dead, like a cold water among broken reeds. Myriads of broken reeds, all still and stiff, like me, who have no love, which this wild rain has not dissolved except the love of death. If love it be towards what is perfect and cannot, the tempest tells me, disappoint. That was Rain by Edward Thomas, courtesy of the Poetry Foundation. It's the poem of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, back to drawing, I guess. I've been thinking about whether one of these days, maybe I should do a reading of Shakespeare on stream for no reason. Just because, all I've been doing for the past week is drawing, and I want to change it up a little. It would be fun. But anyway, that shall be something that I think on in time. I also I added some filters to my mic today, so hopefully my audio is a bit better, clearer or whatever. Yeah. But now I'm not sure if my voice is too loud, so let me know. Yeah. In the time between Tuesday this week and now, I went ahead and did a really rough patchy rendering, so I'm probably just gonna clean that up today. Yeah, almost done. Look. I'm hoping to finish it before the end of the stream actually, so that I can then go on and draw Ayaka from hit game Genshin Impact. Because I don't think I've done my monthly CC fan art yet this month, so I should probably get onto that. And for anyone who doesn't know, by the way, there's a CC program, with CC being short for content creator, And it's basically like you draw a fan art and we give you Primo Gems to sustain your gacha addiction. It's great. I think it's a very fair trade. So you're meant to do like at least one piece of fan art a month, which isn't much to ask. Honestly, it's pretty forgiving, I think. But I am very inconsistent with my upload schedule when it comes to art. So I do inevitably forget sometimes. Thinking no. Put this together. That's better. Yeah, I'll stop the lighting first. I actually been commissioned to do what's it called again? The shading style. Wait. My god, brain freeze. Hold on. There's a painted style, right? And then there's the style, like the anime style, kind of, or like the cartoon style. What was it called? Clip shading? Wait, there's a word for it. I'm such Google. Clip shading? Cell shading. Okay, yeah. I've been commissioned to cell shade it. To be honest, I actually haven't. I don't cell shade that much nowadays because I'll cell shade at the very beginning, maybe to get the fundamentals down, and then I get really carried away rendering it in a more painted style. So I'm gonna have to remember, no, I shouldn't go in and start painting every strand of hair. That's not what I've been asked to do. And it also wouldn't be very time-wise. Time effective. Time efficient. Yeah. Anyway, how have you been? As I think, today is a Sunday for me. So, it's the end of the week. I don't know about you, but it's been a pretty tiring week. Well, all weeks are pretty tiring, but still. Good job for making it through this week. Standing ovation. I'm proud of you. And you should be proud of you too. You got that? Up a little bit. I just realized also that Easter break is coming to an end. I'm not gonna have an excuse to play Genshin and not do work soon. Oh, whoa. Imagine completely focusing on your work. Couldn't be me. I can only focus on one thing if I also have like other things to focus on. My brain is just sneaky that way. Move on to the shading now. These bits over here are bothering me quite a lot. Shoo. really have a shadow of this on the face. But I think I'll draw that on a separate layer, so I don't have to go around erasing things. Let's see. Cell shading can be kind of frustrating sometimes. I feel like I'm more used to traditional art, where you can have more control over like exactly how the colors turn out. But like when things do go, when like the shading layers do work, it's great. I love it. draw myself a little PNG to put in front of my bottle. Like a little drawing pad image that they sometimes put there. Very slight blush. Got rid of the second shading layer because it was a bit distracting. I actually don't know how to draw cleavage very well at all. Hope this is convincing enough. usually add way more detail to the hair, but I kind of like the most simple look right now. Let's see. Let's start on the more detailed shading now. Going into the deets. My years of being a furry were not wasted. For now I have the power to draw fluffy ears. Okay, it's not turning out the way I imagined, but it's fine. I feel like the trickiest part of this will be maybe the background, which technically wasn't part of the commission, but I want to do something for it anyway. just want to draw a belly. Genshin Impact has these like absolutely beautiful like stomachs for the women in particular. Like have you seen Shenhe's official gacha? It's so pretty. New Yara, hello! I am doing okay. Just finishing up this art here. And yeah, just chilling and doing art basically. How are you? I don't believe I've seen you for a while. Yeah, how was your Easter break? I'm just like currently trying to shade the stomach, but I don't know how. I've never actually done like live drawing, or like I've tried, but it's never been my strong point. I really should take up some proper live drawing styles. Oh, I just watched your speed paint video on YouTube. Very cool. Thank you so much. I'm very glad you liked it. I took way too long trying to like edit it together. First with iMovie, and then when I realized iMovie has like very limited subtitling options, I was like, I need a new program. So I went and like learned DaVinci Resolve just for that video. So this is very, very scuffed, but I'm glad you liked it. I get into the habit of actually recording my like art making process. Maybe I might start doing some other speed paints at some point, but I don't know when that'll be. And probably won't be as edited as the one I just made, because it takes too much time. Time is too precious. I don't like that. I'm getting distracted. I should go back to this. How do Genshin artists draw such exquisite belly buttons? Hold on, I'm getting a reference. and her Genshin Impact. Okay. Nom nom nom. Nom nom. Oh. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Exquisite. Those windows. I'm so glad they didn't get rid of the hip windows. For anyone who's like unfamiliar with Genshin Impact, there was like this whole uproar, like especially in China, I think, where they were like really offended by her design. And like we were so afraid that they'd remove her beautiful hip windows because it was too exposing or something. But thankfully they didn't. We still get to admire beautiful. Well. This is me. This is me. Anyways, studying belly buttons. Study. I must study harder. Go to the extreme. Go plus ultra. I'm gonna have the best belly buttons. Just you wait. They have like a really obvious, really dark line in the middle. This isn't plagiarism. This isn't plagiarism, okay? It's for educational purposes. It's like this doesn't look right. And then it's like fades out on both sides. It's like, ooh. Wait. It's like towards you. I feel like I'm in the West. Hold on. I'll airbrush it this time. Yeah. No. I'll never know the secret to sexy Sexy belly buttons. What? Has anyone here heard of Primo Chill? The musical? Yeah? Have you heard of being chill? Have you considered being cool? Just kidding. The musical is very, very good. If you haven't seen it already, it's wild. It was like my high school experience was like singing along to that, like screaming it in public is more accurate description. Like, I'd gone to the steps of like the local library with a fellow theater nerd friend, and it was what? Who is that? Itsuki? Hello hello Itsuki, thank you for following. I swear I moved the follow alert to be in the middle of the screen so I could see it easier, but oh well, I'll go change that later. Thank you so much. Hello, welcome. I hope you're enjoying the vibes or something. Feel free to tell me something about yourself, or like if you stream as well, or do you do art as well, or do you just like enjoy looking at art? Both are equally valid. So yeah, I'm very happy to have you. You're doing digital? Yes. This is Fire Alpaca, my good old friend. I've been recommended to switch. I've been recommended like Clip Studio Paint, Critter, like a whole bunch of other programs before, but and then this is still what I'm most used to. So it's taking good old. It looks cute. Thank you so much. I'm glad you think so. I actually don't like really draw in this style very often, but I am having fun with it as well. So yeah. Ever since I like started watching Hololive in particular, or just like VTubers in general, I think that was the point of no return for me. I'm not gonna be able to stop drawing cute girls anymore, ever. Like, I'll be honest, I used to be like really ticked off by designs that like showcased the feminine physique, if that makes sense. Vine senpai. Oh, thank you. Oh, Itsuki for 5. Oh, Grasshopper, you shall be great as well one day. Senpai has belief in you. You shall be art masters. Take over the world. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I used to be really ticked off, like my pet peeve. I'm glad to be a Kohai. I am glad to be a sensei. It used to be like a pet peeve of mine. Like if it's like this, if I knew that I would be drawing this 5 years ago, maybe I'd be like, oh, what have I become? I've succumbed to perverted society. But for now, I'm like gay. There's no turning back now. Because I think there's definitely a difference between like the public Western perception of like anime and stuff is really like, oh, it's so lewd and crude and stuff. But it's okay to draw conventionally attracted people if you enjoy it, right? And there's difference between sexism or like objectifying things and just like appreciating them, I think, which is maybe a very blurred line, especially now, but it definitely exists. So I'm not really good at digital, only traditional I'm good at. That's also very good though. Like, especially as an artist who has been on digital for way too long, like, going back to traditional sometimes, I'm really not used to the different kind of control you have over your medium, or the different kind of control you have over your colors, the shape of your lines and whatnot. It's really, both of them, I think, are good to have in your toolkit. So, that is also very awesome. Do you want to share some of your traditional art? I'd love to see. Especially like people who like actually paint. Like oil paint and stuff. Acrylic too. So cool. I can't do that. Yeah, there's no Control Z on traditional art. I'd be helpless. Yeah, so true. Sasorizawa Vichu. Thank you for the follow. I feel like I've seen your name before, actually. Are you that person who makes like really cool logos? Like on the vtuber server. I feel like I've seen the Scorpion lad? Scorpion guy. I've seen you. Super cool. There's a follow for you too. I'm excited to see what you make. Yeah, Scorpion lad. I'm using color pencil. That's very cool as well. I like going back to color pencil when I need to just reel down, kind of like what was the word? Calm down, chill down. Wait, cool down. Words. I need to cool down because it's just it's very earthy. Like not exactly earthy, but can directly just put the colors there, and then if you layer them, and then you get the color that you wanted at the end. It's also very satisfying. Oh, especially oh dear. What is that? Oh, this layer. Especially if you have watercolor pencils. I was really into watercolor pencils at some point. And so satisfying at the very end when you've like put down all the different all the different like water, the pencil layers, like all the pigments are there. I think you just put the water in and it's like voila. It's like TikTok style, but in real life. You're really cool, senpai. Oh, thank you, dear Kohai. Thank you. Senpai is very emotional. Comfy art stream time! Yes! We love comfy art stream time. I also really loved watching speed paints a lot before. I have fallen out of the habit recently, but I do really want to get back to it, so I'm really, how do I say this? I'm really glad that my art streams are at all in any way like comfy for people, like enjoyable, because that's how I felt watching like Bob Ross and stuff, and it's like this is how I felt watching Bob Ross and stuff, like at midnight, just chilling. Yeah, I'm just very glad that is the vibe I aspire to. Yeah. Comfy vibe. Coffee. Oh, when did I turn this layer off? Wait. Oh, actually, if the people here are fond of like chatty arty sort of stuff, there are really too many layers of vibe. Maybe I tend to keep a lot of layers that I don't end up using, just because I'm such a paranoid perfectionist that like if I make like a small change to the liner, like this here, I had this like alternate liner, and I was like, ooh, should the line be here or here? And like, even after I've made my decision, I'll still keep the alternate layers, just in case I go back to them, even if it's like super unlikely, because it just makes me feel better to have it there. But anyway, if people here enjoy, if you have a fondness for like chatty art stuff, I really suggest this guy on YouTube who's like father figure vibes. Like I know it's really hard for all of us. You know, fathers, they don't tend to come back from the milk store. So this guy, I think, is really helpful just to recover from that sort of trauma, if you get what I mean. You're too amazing. You're too sweet, Itsuki. You're way too sweet. Oh, I don't deserve you. Hold on, let me show you this other great, this great senpai. Who is on YouTube? He does these really awesome, like, fantasy speed paint. Well, not speed paints, actually. It's like the opposite of a speed paint. He actually takes his time, and there we go. He talks about a lot of, like, philosophical kind of stuff, or just, like, really relatable stuff for artists in particular. Like if you see there, like it's the like procrastination, the industry, like reassuring advice for, especially like, you know, artists tend to be pretty self-critical, so he has a lot of videos about that, and like confidence, art block, all that kind of stuff, and he'll just like talk you through that. Like, he has the loveliest voice. He'll just talk you through that while he's like slowly working on his painting, his huge painting. And then like procrastination, I can relate to that. Yeah, definitely. And like he will go from, at the start of the video, it'll be like this blob thing, this like ooh. You're like, what the hell is that? Like, okay. It's like listening to him talk, and then eventually it turns into like freaking, like, hold on. Like Mona Lisa. Like something really crazy. Like, Badam! It's like the end of the video, and you're suddenly like, whoa! How did he get here? He's just been like talking and like slowly adding details. And it's just like getting more and more refined over time. It's really cool. And his videos are a bit long, so I don't get as much time to watch them as before, but still very much appreciate them. Yeah, they were really relaxing and fun and chill at a time. Lead me the way of digital senpai. True, yes. We will rise to the legion of internet art gods. I just go, my minions. My comrades, my dear pupils. Oh my god, it would be really fun. I just had this thought randomly. It'd be really fun if like we did an Aggie.io stream someday, or it's just like an open artboard, and like literally anyone can go on there and draw. I feel like that would be pretty fun. We can just draw together and stuff. Yeah. As long as nobody like draws hate art on there, I'm sure no one will, but some people might get expelled if they do. Just a warning. How many you did that? I'm not really sure actually. I really don't keep track of like my time as much as I should. But I think probably at least 6 hours by now. I just work really slowly. So I spent a little bit of time before this Tuesday, like with the sketch and pose. And then on Tuesday that was like 2-3 hours getting the lineup down. And then I just like did a bit of coloring and shading in between. So I don't really know. I can't understand people who can like start and finish a piece of art within like just 2 hours. Just 2, like at most. Those people exist, man, and they are terrifying. Those are the people who like upload on their other accounts every day. And when they're not uploading like a fully rendered piece, it's just like a huge sketch page. And I'm like, what? Where do you get the time to do that? Do you just literally draw non-stop? I mean, I wish I could do that, but motivation is still a pain, even if it's something you enjoy. You're doing the details, right? You don't need to keep calling me senpai. It's very cute though. I am doing the details. I'm just finishing off the shading and stuff. And then I'll get to the background and this little thing here, like the Polaroid. Yeah, I think they're pretty close there. Yeah, I think we can probably get it done. Another half an hour, maybe, if I work efficiently enough, probably. And then I'll move on to another thing I've wanted to draw for a while, but I just didn't get around to it. So yeah. Or alternatively, I asked this a few times in previous streams, but nobody had any requests. But if anyone has requests this stream, or like pretty much any art stream, honestly, like at the end, if I'm done with it, whatever I set out to do, I'm probably more than happy to doodle something for the people who are still here at the end of the stream. Yeah. Yes, you're doing great. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are the sweetest, Itsuki. Absolute sweetest. I appreciate you very much. I'm your cry after all. Oh, you are indeed. You're a star pupil. Huh. Just getting around to highlights right now, but I can be a bit more generous with highlights than I usually am, because this is a robot, so it's like pretty shiny. It's supposed to be pretty shiny, but still don't really want to overdo it, so I'll still be a little bit minimal about it. Is it a fox or a cat? It is a robot cat. Oh, I didn't. Wait, I should have introduced this character first, actually. This is a VTuber I'm drawing. Very cute. They are called Dreaming Amaterasu. Yeah. They have this very cute cat robot design. Just drawing a half body for them. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I will say I wasn't sure exactly like what parts of this character are organic and which parts are like metallic robot stuffs. So I've tried to keep it like kind of vague. Like, I'm guessing a robot wouldn't have a belly button, but oh well, it'll be fine. Just turn this down a little bit. See, this is the point at which I usually give up on cell shading, and like I like abandon the cell shading style to just like paint over everything, because I'm like, oh, this isn't exactly the color I wanted or whatever. But I still want to keep it pretty snappy, if you get what I mean. So, don't want to blend things too much. If I do, it won't really look cel shaded anymore. Have you eaten dinner? I have. Yes. I had some very nice Chinese food takeaway. So yeah. I do tend to eat pretty late actually, but thankfully not this late. Not yet. Perhaps at near the end of this year, when I'm like rushing my final film for uni, that's probably when I'll start like pulling all-nighters and skipping meals. Although that said, I already like skip breakfast a lot of the time. So it's fine. I'm totally used to it. I'm actually gonna do something separate for the eyes, because they are like, they're like robot eyes, so I feel like they shouldn't be affected too much by the lighting. That's good to hear. Thank you. What about you? Have you eaten dinner? Huh? Have you been a good student? Your lineup is really clean. Oh, thank you so much. I am like, that's actually like astounding to me, because my style is usually just so messy. Clean lineups has never been my thing. Yeah, I'm also like that, other than my usual cup of cafe or light. I skip eating for breakfast, brunch. Oh, so relatable. I feel you. I would have a cup of coffee for like breakfast, but I've said this many times. I wish I could drink coffee, but I can't, because like the flavor just doesn't bode well with me. I finished eating dinner. Good. I am proud. Good job. A+ for self-preservation. I got a D- for that one, so you should be really proud of yourself. I'm stuffed, I'm guessing. I'm stuffed right now. As long as it's not like a painful kind of stuffed. I'm glad. Nice. Would you like to show if what you are eating? Was it pasta? It doesn't for me too. I just have to because I am very low energy. And it's gotta be with milk and lots of sweetener. Fair. I'm glad it's helpful for you. Sorry, I'm really not good at English. Oh, that's okay, don't worry about it. I've never tried coffee, but I think it's better not because of the caffeine. Yeah, that's fair as well. True. I mean, I heard so much about like people genuinely addicted to coffee. Like my dad is addicted to coffee pretty much, honestly. He goes to McDonald's just because the coffee is cheap. So in here it's called Mikey food. It was delish. Oh, Mikey food. Oh, is that short for microwave? Not Mickey Mouse. Oh no, you've been eating Mickey Mouse. Yeah, especially if you're a voice actor or singer, it dries your throat. Oh, I guess that is good then. I've been avoiding milk as well, even lactose-free milk, just because I've heard it's like not good for your voice. And I really want to put more effort into music and practicing and getting better at it, so that I can maybe post some covers someday if there are people to listen to it. I'm definitely on the coffee addiction faction. I drink coffee every morning. No cream, no sugar. Whoa, impressive. Super impressive. Hardcore pure coffee lover. I respect that. Forgotten what I was doing here. Wait. Oh. Yeah. These little. It's always the tiny bits at the very end that end up taking more of the time. I don't drink coffee? That's alright. We shall be anti-coffee buds. Yes. We don't need coffee. We only need art. Yes. Art and copium. I did actually, I saw somewhere, by the way, like a comparison of how long each stage of the drawing process takes, and I think it turned out to be that like every other part of the process was only like 50%, and the other 50% is all just like the final details and rendering. have drank milk tea. I have. Not as much as I would like to. Probably just because I don't really know any places nearby that sell it. But I have had it a few times. Very nice. Although I also can't actually have too much of it because I don't think my stomach likes that too much. So you can deal with a small cup of milk tea. That's very nice. But then if I get carried away and down the whole cup, I will inevitably end up crippled on the couch by the end of the day. Very unfortunately. Respect. Thank you. Are you respecting me for being crippled by milk tea? Okay, down to the line art. Ooh. I do like coloring the line art. It's very fun. Probably one of the more fun stages to me personally. How are we going for time? What? Oh, almost 1:30. And I respect your drawing style. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, seriously. I'm never quite sure what my drawing style actually is. Because I personally feel like it just changes all the time. But whenever someone else says oh yeah, I can tell it's your style, I'm like, what? I have a style? Are you sure? That's very nice to hear. Thank you. I often find myself a little bit envious of people who have these super distinct cute styles, and their whole gallery is really, how do you say it? Cohesive. My drawing style is a colorful drawing. That's very nice. I love colorful drawing styles. Yeah. I am very, very curious to see your art now. Please do share if you're comfortable. Yeah. Color used to be one of the aspects I was less confident in. But these last few years I've been trying to get a lot better with it, and color palettes and stuff. So yeah. Hopefully it's paid off. Where can I send it? You can share it in the chat if you like, or if you're not comfortable with that, you're welcome to whisper it to me as well if you like. A Google Drive link, I guess, or something like that. I'm not actually sure. Or if you have social media, yeah, feel free to share it. And we can all come support you and your talented art. Insta? Yeah. That'd be great actually, because I do have an Instagram account, so I can follow you on it. Yeah. What name is yours? Oh, it's just the same name as I have here, pretty much. Just Novite 444. Yes, Senpai. Or if that's hard to type in, I also have a link to it on my Twitch profile. There's like a little mushrooms icon. If you click on it, it should link you there. Yeah. To be one though, I am like very much in the Genshin Impact rabbit hole, so like all of my art is Genshin Impact. I feel like there's something missing, but I'm not quite sure yet. Wait. That feels a bit better. There we go. Do you share your Insta as well? Or like anyone else who wants to share their art, like at any time? I would very much love to see. Okay, I send it. Oh, okay. Looking forward to it. Traditional artists are like pretty rare actually nowadays. On like, at least like primarily traditional artists on social media. So it's always nice to see someone, to like find someone who still got that appreciation for it. Ooh, there is one more very exciting effect I want to try at the end of this rendering. But let's get the background sorted first. I was trying to go for like a blurry Polaroid picture kind of black background, but not really sure I'm getting that effect. Oh, did you see it? Oh, wait, did you mean you meant you'd sent it on the chat, but I'm assuming you whispered it to me? You whispered it to me? Oh my god, there's echo. Hold on. Just finish your work first? Okay. I shall find it later. Still feel like the colors here are a bit too muddy. Wait. Huh? Oh yeah? Nichi Ellie! Is that way? Let me. Nichi Ellie! Welcome. Thank you so much for following. Thank you so much. Welcome to this art stream. I very much hope you enjoy your stay. Feel free to introduce yourself, or like, what kind of art do you like? Do you like drawing as well? Hi, I was browsing in the art VTuber category, the art VTuber category, and your art and model looks super cute. Thank you so much! Oh my god! You're super cute too, did you know that? I do draw myself. Whoa, wait, let me see. Oh, cute! Oh my gosh.
Want to turbocharge your footy tipping? Get around sports.
Ad break, sir. Ooh. So cool! I'm very flattered you stopped by. Whoa! Let me. Oh, let's go. Yeah, very cool. Oh! I see you have a fondness for cute anime girls too. Oh no, I'm not logged into Instagram on this computer, so I can't follow you on there. But wow, oh my gosh, so cute. And Pecora. Wait, I should yeah. It's adorable. For anyone who isn't seeing right now, wait, hold on. Let me get your art up here. Oh, wrong browser. Here we go. Wait, it's not working. Wait, what? The link's not working. Wait. It's okay, I got this. I'm not afraid of technology. Technology is afraid of me. Yes. Go follow. I would give you a shout out if I had the Nightbot, but I don't know how to add it yet. I'll figure out someday. Oh, come on. Window, Chrome. There we go. There you go. Look. So cool. Oh. No, wait. Never mind. Whoa! What a coincidence. Yeah. Huh. That's so cool. Dude. We could trade sometime? If you'd be willing to. Snap, I have a Sparkstar! Thank you so much! How are you? Welcome. So many new people today. Are we going to see some via account? I have a suggestion for a drawing. Shall I send it later? Yeah, sure. I'd love to hear your suggestion. So cute. I might have gotten a friend here. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, hope you're having a great stream so far. Thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying it as well. Ha! Might you be a streamer as well? Whoa! Cool. You a gamer? Cool. I did games for a while, but I don't have time to anymore. I got blessed. I'm so blessed to have you here. Thank you so much. I'm really very flattered that you all are enjoying the stream. And we are approaching 2 hours. We are approaching the end of this thing in particular. So, if any of you at all have a doodle request, please don't be shy. You have a super calming voice? Thank you so much. I'm so glad you think so. I'm so conscious about my voice. So I was definitely nervous to start streaming with a mic on. But I'm very flattered to hear that. Your co-high is proud of you. Oh, thank you.
Hi.
Thank you. Wait, what? What is that? Wait, what?
Play some music before we actually start to look into.
Oh. Sorry, I accidentally left the stream running. Here you go. Yeah. Yeah, it was Saki's stream. I'm sorry, Saki. Oh, overlay. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. I had no idea how to do an overlay at all. I was like, ooh, how do people stream? I guess I'll just draw a thing and put it in the background. Also, those emoticons are adorable. Those need these emoticons. Emojis? Need these emojis. So cute. Wait, I can use them too now. Because I'm following you, right? Wait, can I? Oh no, I can't. Never mind. Still very cute. Ah! Bisexual pride. Bye pride! Bye pride! You're my light. Oh. As are you, mine. If I am your light, you are my candle through the darkness of this cruel, cruel world. Oh my god. Are we all by here? Oh my god. Derp. Yes. I was about to say like a pun or like it was by, but I couldn't think of one. Wait, hold on. Give me a moment. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna say goodbye. That's not the lyrics, but it's fine. You make my day right. Stop. You're kidding. Did you know sugar makes my stomach upset? You're being too sweet. You're being too sweet. You have to stop right now. I will throw up from the sweetness. In the best way, I mean. I'll be throwing up in the colors of the bi flag. Bless you all. Those would be some pretty alarming colors to see. Indeed they would. They'd also be pretty dope though. You could probably do that like on command if you wanted to. Like if you drank food coloring, I think that's like, wait, oh my god, like have you seen those artists that like they literally draw by like vomiting, like controlled vomiting in like specific colors onto the canvas? It's amazing. We are being blessed by that kindness. No, you. I'm being blessed by your kindness. That's what's happening here. You don't get to say that. Screen. Another one. Ooh, is that like too many circles there? I can't tell. You're so nice with all of us. Oh no, you can't say that. You're so nice. It's seriously the least I can do. To thank you for keeping me company while I'm drawing. It's really super nice. super till just like getting to know people and like randomly rambling on about stuff. Cause I am a pretty rambly person, but I'm also a really mumbly. I tend to mumble a lot, so don't worry, I'm okay. By the way, the drink is so good. Oh, thank you so much. I deep down a very rambly person, but I also mumble so much that whenever like I'm in a real life conversation, I don't tend to actually end up rambling, cause I just don't really get into the conversation. Everyone's talking too fast, so streaming has been unexpectedly nice. Tissue? No need. Thank you for the offer though. I think we actually... Oh my god! I'm a bit over time. I said I'd finish it in like half an hour. It's been more than half an hour. I spent too much time crying. I will finish it up now. Let's finish this up now. We're getting very close. Yes. Can't actually edit all these layers like in a folder. Just while they are in a folder like that together, so gotta replicate it first. And then you did a good job. Proud girl, hi. Thank you. I should be the one saying that. Damn you. I'm proud of your I'm proud of your kindness. I need to blur it a little, and then that way I still have this backup file if I like mess everything up. Oh my god, that's way too strong. Hold on. Whoop. That is still too strong. Our intensity. And then you can start like fading it in and out. Pro tip. So not exactly sure how strong do I want this blue? Put a little bit in there. Okay. Clap, clap. I shall bow. I'm taking a very humbled bow to all of you, my precious pupils, my precious talented pupils. I completely forgot to ask, is there a name you prefer me calling you? Sniper Sentai. You can just call me, you can call me anything, really. I don't mind, actually. Itsuki started calling me senpai, so that's a thing now, I guess. You don't have to though, really. Usually I'd say like Snivy or like Snivy, like whatever you prefer, because it's just like shorter than saying Snivine. But up to you, really. Yeah. And then You get to the super fun part. Wait. I'm like actually really excited for this. Is it okay if I keep following you, Sniff? Yeah, of course. Sniff works as well. Like Sniff, Sniffy, Sniffine, Vine. Look, whatever. Sniff, Senpai. Okay. Whatever you wish. Now I get to be a very exciting part. Hold on. Should I perhaps ask who you would like to be called? I mean, I can keep going. I'm happy to call you all my students. I think it's very cute. But if otherwise, I would. Oh my god, that's way too strong. Oh wait, that's not working. That's not working how I intended. I really like the background. Thank you so much. Glad. It's like just like threw everything together, hoping it works. So I had the same thing as you, where people ask if they should call me Nietzsche or Ellie, and it's both completely fine. Nice. Okay. I do mostly go by Ellie though. Right. I shall note that down, Ellie. Oh. On your stream, I call you Ellie Senpai. Ah, Itsuki's got so many senpais today. Ellie, we must protect this precious being. You must protect this tiny grasshopper. I was gonna make this aisle glitchy and cool, but it's like not working. Hold on, wait, I think I can do that if I... isolate this. Filter. Chromatic aberration. It's not really coming through. Never mind. I can just do the whole thing actually. Oh my god, that is way too much. Cancel, move. Another layer. Let's go. Supplies of road to do artist. I wish. Seems like a very difficult effect to use. Not really, actually. I can pretty much. File packet just has this. It's very handy. It just does this stuffy. X is just like how far to each side it like splits it out into like different the base RGB colors. Y is like up and down. So basically all you need to do is like move each of them like a tiny bit. It's like like one. Oh, that's way too much. Pretty much to do that, and then it just like it can really help it just for the finishing touch on something, because it gives it like a retro look, kinda. It's cool. Yeah. It's totally awesome. Laugh at weird effect. Yeah, I love using it so much. I don't always get the opportunity to, but I like to when I can. does have to be somewhat carefully though, because if it's like too strong, then it'll get like hard to look at. But, oh my god, we're 2 hours already. Oh no. Hold on. Very last bit. Well, almost done. I did tell the VTuber here who commissioned this, I would get it done in a week, so this is like around the week, I think. Senpai Vine is the best. No, you! You're all super cool. You're all so cool, which is why I put it on my overlay. All of you are cool. Yeah. If anyone tells you, like, you're kinda lame, dude. You're kinda unpog. Just be like, no, I'm not. Look at this. See? See my name? See Sparkster DX there? No one can call you uncool now because you have the proof right here. It says Sparkster DX is cool, and that is a fact. Only facts here, by the way. I never lie. Never. Clearly. Let me just get up the username again. Pug? No, you're Pug. You know what you are? My little Pug chip. My little Pug chip. Wait, no! I'm echoing. It just it took me to a page. Hold on. I'm just searching up that person. The person in this drawing's name. So I can I can spell it right. Amaterasu-Dreaming.
Alright, I think that we are live now.
I'll just shout them out here as well while I'm doing it. Echoed from accident. Here's my muse, my model in question. Hiyori! Welcome. Thank you so much for following. I hope you're enjoying the stream. I hope you enjoy the stream. Feel free to introduce yourself. Or if you want to lurk as well, that's totally fine by me. Because I totally get the I just don't have the time to be active in people's streams sometimes. Or it's a bit scary. It can be scary. So yeah. Hello. You're cool now. Hiyori is cool. Ha! Thank you for being cool. And we have been sharing lots of cool art today. Here among, you see, my students, they've really been outdoing themselves. So feel free to give yourself a shout out as well for whatever you do. Ah! What? Ah! There's so many cool people here today. There's so many cool people here today. Hello, Simon Leo. How are you doing? Ah! What art do you do? All of you, show me your art. Show me how cool you are. Thank you, squad as a whole. Oh, oh my god. I'm good. Hello, hello. I'm so happy to have you here. Yeah. If there's anything you'd like to tell us about yourself, as an introduction, please go ahead. It's been a really great time meeting lots of new people. So, please do, please do. Oh no, your tube design is so cute. Aw, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you think so. I pulled it together. This sculpture model with a free version of Live 2D. So very good. Cool. Somebody think I'm being blessed. God is shining upon me. This piece, Leo drew a really cool piece of motorcycle. Leo, so cool. Wait, let me go see. Also, this piece is looking so good. Thank you so much. I'm so flattered. I'm so glad you think so. I have spent way too much time just slowly working away at the lighting and everything. So that does mean a lot to me. Is this you are doing, Ellie? Are you just rallying everyone to make me combust from sweetness? Yet? I just posted my stuff to Twitter. Oh, you bastard! You bastard! I can't believe. Oh, did you? Nice, nice. Also, gotta say, thank you so much. Thank you. It's on his Twitter though, if you're interested. Oh my god. Where do I find your Twitter, Leo? I wanna see you. Remind me to commission you when I know it broke. Okay. I don't actually have even a commission sheet up yet, but I'm unofficially taking them, I guess. I don't know. That said, I'm always happy to take requests near the end of a art stream. So if you have anything, yeah, of course, go ahead. I'm bad about advertising more commissions more than once a month. That's fair. It's really hard to know how to advertise yourself. Whoa! Mob! Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Ooh. Wait. Is Ellie, what are you doing? What are you doing? I don't. Thank you so much. I see what you're doing. Wait. Let me. I'm not cute. You're cute. You too. Catch. Thank you. I want to support singing. Thank you. Wait. I want to support mouth. So like like I got some super cute stuff here as well. Look at this. Look at this. What are you talking about? Look at this. Mabu! Mabu! I love this shirt so much. Oh, this is version. You like nailed, like seriously nailed the Mob Psycho art style. Like, look at his little face. Guys, wait, is there more? Wait, oh no, oh damn it. Ooh. Oh. Huh? Yeah, that is so nice of you guys. Mabu. Yeah. Mom's definitely up there. Among the best for me as well. Wow. Is this? Ooh! I love this cartoon art style. It's so cute. Wow. And like the watercolory backgrounds. Love that. I try my best to make like a watercolory background sometimes, but like Firebagger's brushes are a little bit basic, so it takes a bit of effort. Anyway, so cool. So much love here, so much love. What? Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm back. Yeah, no worries, of course. Thank you for letting me know about it. Sneaky. Not putting the Twitter and the Twitch channel. Hi, back. You can't be my dad. My dad left 15 years ago. Sorry. For the interruption. I am still living with my parents. I'm still living in my mother's basement, so interruptions like these are a bit inevitable. Inevitable. Yeah. 行くぞー I can believe. Yeah. I'm actually sick so much right now. I haven't had more than I haven't had 10 views before. I can't believe that the whole forest is in the basement. Yeah, you'd be surprised what you can find in my mother's basement. Oh, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. You really do brighten my day. Do you want to go and take this cheap package at that shop? My mom, 20 to 30 minutes before it expires. Oh my god. Thank you, Leo. No problems. Yeah, that was very much worth sharing. Well, actually, I should get back to this now. Wait. Ooh. Cursive writing. Let's go. I did learn how to cursive write in middle school, I swear. I'll just do it a bit. Huh? Cacturn! Thank you for following, Cacturn! Thank you so much. I'm so very happy to have you here. Hi. Again, I've been saying this too much today. I hope you enjoy your stay. I can relate to you so much. Drawing is fine, but drawing is fine, but writing. Yeah. I'm glad you think my writing is cute, Itsuki. It isn't usually this style at all, though. I write. It used to be really neat when I was first learning handwriting in primary school. I was the person who literally traced over over the dotted lines, so all of my letters were perfectly round. But I don't do that anymore because essay writing doesn't really allow for that. I can't write. Hey, I'm Jared, I'm 19, I never fucking learned how to read. My handwriting and I read it, I don't really understand it. Fair. That is so powerful though, Cacturn. That is so powerful. And I respect you. Writing is a scam. You don't need to know how to write. My English teacher would be disappointed in me. Writing classes for Captain. I mean, technically, a cactus doesn't even have opposable thumbs. How can you expect them to write? Yeah, this'll do. It's fine. It was good. Oh, why don't you think so? Proper cursive S looks very strange anyway. Oh, cursive is strange in general. Let's see. I use a calligraphy brush. Whoa, fancy. That was very fancy. Oh no. I feel like I start out well in the word, but then it like gets more and more horrible as I go on though. Dreaming. Amaterasu-Dreaming. Ducky ducky. Mina, daisuki. Huh? Record keeper. Hello, record keeper. How are you? Ah, where did you come from? Hello. I'm so glad you think it's cute. Thank you. How are you? And who are you? This is very. This keeps killing. Please feel free to introduce yourself. Welcome. And if you do any art, do share it. Ooh, we've been having much art appreciation today. Yeah. Hello, doing well. Just looking for something to watch while I eat breakfast. Oh, nice. Oh, it's such a mood though, honestly. I also like just in the morning. It's just like open to it, it's just like, oh, who's streaming today? Let's just like hang out for a bit. No, I don't. That's fine. That's fine. Art appreciators are very cool as well. Some of my like best tips I've gotten in terms of feedback actually are from like my friends who don't draw. Well, like one particular friend I have, they don't draw very often. I've tried to get them to draw, but they're like come on, I'm so bad at drawing. I'm like, no, just draw. But like They always give me really good advice in my drink, so that just goes to show you can still you don't gotta be a cook to taste the food, right? You can still be cool artiste in a different way. We're all artists in some way, deep down. Oh my god, I am so overtime. That is a nice way of looking at it. I'm glad you think so too. It's 2:30. I mean 2:30 into the stream. But anyway, just gonna finish this up. Very, very, very close now. To having this done. So let's just... Yeah! I've been enjoying watching you stream. Thank you so much. That makes me very happy to know. The most important thing is that you're just as happy having as much fun as I am drawing right now. Yeah. We artists would be nothing without art appreciators. True. Van Hammer. Oh my god. Done. Worry not. I always have the band hammer at the ready for out-of-line students. You are safe with me. Thank you. And I am glad to have you as my kohai. So very glad, so very honored. It feels weird that I'm almost done. Wait, there's surely something else I can add. Hold on. Yeah. Always gotta add a little bit at the end. I don't know if that's too much though. I've gone a little bit overboard. I said I'd just do a full body, but this still counts. This still counts. Aw, thank you so much. Amaterasu for finishing your drawing, senpai. I don't actually know what that means. What is Amaterasu? Oh, Amaterasu gozaimasu. Arigato. Thank you. I searched it up on Google. I don't know if it's too much. I'll just send them 2 versions, one with and one without. It'll be fine. Alright. Nice. So glad I finally got this done. Wait. There we go. Export, save as. Because now I can move on to just just chilling kind of. It's like the timed stuff that I have to get into. I'm gonna have to look here because I have to get ready. Oh, no worries. Good luck with whatever you're setting out to do. Hey, the work is very much appreciated. that, I can go hand that in now. But before we do that, let's doodle. It's doodle time. Just as much as you warm up before you art. Oh dear, hold on. It's a good idea. Oh, I think it's a good idea to cool down as well at the end. Just to like chill. Circles. Ugh. My circles are so wobbly today. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, this is the time of the stream where I very humbly ask if any of you have any requests at all for doodles or sketches. Yeah. I would really very much love to draw something for you after all the lovely support you've given me today. Doodle a cow patting cat playing with a string toy. Okay. Yes, cow cats. Go. Cow cat. You know me too well. Oh wait, it's like looking really creepy. Hold on. Free tutorial. I'll give you guys free tutorials anytime. Just say the word. Senpai's here for you. Yeah. Oh, that is Nabu. Do I even have clips turned on? I'm not sure. I'm just showing my cat right now, by the way. This is why it's like really chubby, because my cat is like, he's super squishy. Oh no! How do I enable that? Hold on. I'm like a total Twitch noob. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm gonna like echo for like a split second again. Hold on. Got it that time. I was gonna clips. Wait, do it. How to enable clips. Preferences, where is that? Once in the creator dashboard, expand the preferences category in the left column and click on channel. It's not showing up for me. Oh no. Koneko-chan? I need to go, unfortunately. Really hungry. Have a great rest of the stream. It was so nice to meet you. It was so nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much for coming along. I seriously can't express how incredibly thankful I am for your support today. So, yes, please do have a good rest. Yeah, and have a good dinner. Eat. If you're hungry, you must consume so that you can draw more. Yeah. Have a nice day. Enable clips. There we go. I found it. Okay. You should be able to clip now, I think. It's kind of weird that it was like hidden there, but I think I got it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, senpai, going to sleep any minute. Oh, that's fine. You should prioritize your sleep over over watching this stream. So, have a nice night. Do have a nice night. Sleep is important, so that you can draw more. Hi. Oh my god, I don't like. Yeah, I'm tired of my drawing. Just finished today. Oh, you just finished the drawing? Cool. I'll definitely check out your socials after. Yeah. Any drawing you spend lots of time on is a good drawing. Yo, what are you making? Oh, cool! Hello! I was just doing like a commission, but now that I'm done with it, I'm like just doodling random stuff and like taking requests. So yeah, thank you for popping by. I'm so happy to have you. Did my presence water flows to you? You are such a big man. You are. I know that like Australians are really foreign to you, but the fact that you consider me real enough to come to my stream is really, really honestly amazing. It means that the government propaganda is working. For anyone who doesn't know, by the way, Oku is a very cool streamer as well. I've been to a couple lately. They're always very fun. Very racist, but very fun. Racist in the best way, I mean. You'll know what I mean. So yeah, definitely go check him out as well if you haven't. Yeah, very racist against elves, goblins, and Australians. cannot draw cats today. I don't know why. Meow. His tail is like completely black and it's got like a little white spot at the end. When he was a kitten, my cat used to like chase his tail around all the time. Like, especially because like the end of his tail looks like a little worm. Senpai, your kohai going to sleep. Have fun. Thank you, and you have a good sleep. Sweet dreams. Thank you so much for coming by today, and for all the support. I really appreciate it. Yeah. It's been really lovely meeting you. Yeah. His tail looks like a little worm. Sleep around, Steven. It like wiggles around. He like flick his own tail and then chase after it. It has a heart shape on his thing, on his side. Yeah, like when he's concentrated, his ears are like flat. He's like, wow. Wow, I'm so cool. I totally got you. See you on the next stream. See you on the next stream. Indeed. Thank you for coming by again. Oh, goodbye, Niliaro, as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you for coming by. My cat's tail is 100% black. He's got one spot on his back that spreads out and claims a tail. Oh, cute. My cat is an exotic short hair. Yeah. The short-nosed kind, which I don't think short-nosed breeds are as bad for cats as they are for like dogs in terms of like pugs and stuff. But I do still think it gives him a bit of difficulty because his eyes get like stuff around them very, very easily. They get dirty. So we have to wipe them for him. So at the end, even though I do love him very much, I do not believe you should support like professional breeders of this breed of cat if they are like very short-nosed. And like that said, we did like adopt him from like a couple who like had kittens just on their own. So I personally wouldn't have liked that either, but it was my mom's choice to bring him home, so and also because of his like short nose, he like huffs. Oh, hi, sweetest goblin. Oh my god. I love that name. Because his nose is short, like you can hear him huff very very clearly sometimes. Like, just after he finishes patrolling the house, he'll just like lie down and like let out a big huff. Like, I'm so proud of myself. Fight, 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 fight. Whoa. Whoever loses gets an F- on their grade. I'm glad you think so. I'd also love to stretch out their Model UN legs. They're so short and squishy when they're loafing. And then they like stretch out and it's like long. Long. He flips up because he's a Danish oak and people think he's a goblin. I love that. People know I can knock. Obviously, it's basic. Be gentle to him, says Sasso. He's still recovering from his trauma, and we need to be understanding of that. You know? Anyway, cat breeding is fucked. Have you read about munchkins? Oh, I have definitely heard of munchkins, yeah. They're cute, but I do wonder, like, how ethical it is. Or like teacup pets. I'm pretty sure, like, that's a thing for like all kinds of pets that they have. Like a lot of them. They have teacup versions, which is just like absolutely tiny. Yeah. Honestly, any kind of... Yeah. Oh my god. Any kind of reading is messed up. Oh my god, no. St. Bernard's even. Yeah, it's not even like this really extreme fruits. Like, I mean, there's pigeons as well, right? It all depends on how much it actually, like, affects them. Yep, they're bred to rescue people in the Alps. Oh, fancy. Everything is so whack. Imagine like actual breeding of humans. That would be crazy. Look at this strong oak, so powerful. Sure, not a goblin, for sure. For sure. For sure. So strong, so tall, so pug. You're welcome for the free portrait, by the way, Oku. Totally free of charge. You are so welcome. Oh no, you're kind of like squashing my cat, but it's fine. By the way, does anyone else have any requests? If not, I'll just probably like doodle in randomly until around the 3-hour mark. I should ride your cat into battle. She'll be very honored. Look at him. Rah! It's meant to be like a helmet, by the way. Just not a party hat. It's a very fearsome helmet. If left unmonitored, I will naturally start drawing Genshin Impact. This might be hard to tell because this is an outfit from a trailer recently. Well, not like a trailer, it's like a promotional animation of Ayaka from Genshin Impact. Yeah. So it was like for those who don't know, it is just of Ayaka, but in her younger years, she's still like training with the sword to become a Tachijutsu master. She still has this really... To be honest, I quite like... I kind of prefer her outfit from the trailer with the pants. Because it's very... how do I put it? Very cool? It's like... Well, it's different from how we usually see her, right? It's just like princess. And this is more like martial artist. I also wanted to draw her with her hair down because I think that'll be very cool. And also because when she has her hair up, her forehead looks big. I like the speed paint. I'm so glad. Thank you for your compliments on my editing. I'm still very much a noob with that because I just started learning DaVinci just for the sake of that speed paint. And I put way too much effort into all the cuts and stuff, so very glad it paid off. There's meant to be like this is a pedal, by the way. A little pedal. Because in the trailer also, it's very cool. There's like this symbolic flower petal like falling down, sort of. And then it turns into a sakura petal as she grows older, and it's like, because the yellow petal is symbolic of her past, and then the trailer's like, but I had to let go of my past. I couldn't keep living in a dead dream, and so it was like transformed into a pink sakura petal. I think that was very cool. don't know how exactly sakura trees look. Oh no, is it 3 hours already? Ah, let me just finish this sketch first. Gonna finish this up and then I do actually need to go to sleep as well. So I shall be saying goodbye soon, but it won't be for long. I'll be stalking your dreams, of course. Shaking box. That's such a cute emoticon. Oh my god. Trying to draw like a bonsai tree pot, cause it's like see like the picture perfect face of the Kamisato clan, right? But also because the bonsai tree is kind of like frozen in time, like the tree is just frozen in that kind of very tiny state. And I feel like it would be super cool and symbolic of how she like used to be stuck in the past of when her parents were still alive or something like that. Like Sakura is a blooming, she's still holding the yellow petal. Symbolism, children. Just quickly block things up. I won't take too long. I'm not gonna get carried away with this. I swear. I swear. Or else we're gonna be here for like another hour. Is he the one you can pull for right now? Yes, Ayaka. Super cool. Highly recommend if you don't have a cryo DPS. Because like pretty much either she or Ganyu are the two mains. And since Ganyu already reran, if you didn't pull for her, highly suggest you get Ayaka. Because she's just like an absolute monster in terms of DPS. What color should the ground be? Mom. There's something a bit. I know. Like old stained paper. Kind of. Look. It's not quite there. There we go. Your VTuber design is super cute. I really like how painterly it looks. Thank you so much. I was like honestly worried. I didn't really know if the the look would work out because it's so very different from all the VTubers that I watch. And like my style is very much not like anime neat enough to do something like that. So yeah, I'm glad. I did very much want to like experiment with it, and yeah, it was very fun. Most VTubers have the same anime skull. It's cool when people differ. I'm so glad you think so. I think I can stay the same for your model as well, actually, Oku. It was very charming when I first saw it. Like, oh, you're not just like an orc anime man. You're like actually an orc. It's very cute. I was actually thinking like before this design, I was thinking, what if I like literally just made it a bird? What if the VTuber model is just like an animal? It's more D&D than anime? Oh, I see. But then I ran into the issue that Ellie, you're back? Hello! Hi! I'm so happy to have you again. I've gotten carried away sketching something else right now. I'd say to not worry about that. Your model is supposed to be an extension of you, even more if you'd done it yourself. True. Thank you very much for the advice. I appreciate it a lot. I do intend to update this model at some point, because I feel like, well, obviously I don't have like the full body yet either, so gotta do it at some point. I just don't have the time to model or like rig anymore right now. It's gone for a bit. Aww, thank you so much. I'm glad you think so. I probably actually won't be around for much longer. I'm just getting carried away with this sketch because I want to finish it a bit later. Yeah. A little later. Totally deserved. Oh, cute. You're too sweet. Okay, I'm getting carried away. I've already started shading. I can't do that. I'm gonna like be here for another hour. Okay. Wait. Last thing. It's just like blocking this out. It's fine. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, what if I had a bit of blue? Wait. Oh, wait, that's a nice touch. Wait. Okay. It's fine. I have to leave it here now. We don't mind another hour. I think my body would mind another hour though. It is rather late for me in the fictional land of Down Under. So unfortunately I do have to end it here, probably. But thank you so much everyone for coming along. I have no words to thank all the many people who came to say hi today. It was very lovely to meet you all. And I definitely look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for the copy of dreams, thank you! Aw, no worries, Oku. There's always the future. I think I could see. Wait, were you streaming earlier as well? I feel like we happened to stream at the same times a lot. Or at least like last time I popped. But can I get a copy of the anime? Sure. Absolutely. Do you want your loyal steed there as well? I'll render it out. I'll not render it out. I'll export it just for you. There you go. You've been uwu-fied. Oh, you don't have to do that, Oku. You don't have to do that at all. I'm sure there's a couple days where one of us streams and the other doesn't. I'll definitely come by as well, when I can. Oku. Chad. Wait. Chadku. Yeah. Saved. Right. So strong, so madly. Anyway. There's only one thing left on our agenda today, which is that I want to raid someone at random. Every other time I've raided people, it's been just like a party. You let your right to think I really? Oh no. Every other time I've raided someone, it's just been like a party of two. So like, the person I'm raiding is like, oh, thanks for the raid of two people. Which is still fun, but I have to share the love today. Everyone has been particularly lovely today, so I need. We must go and disperse across the galaxy. All across the Twitch sea. I'm just waiting for this outbreak. Ooh. Okay. First things first, does anyone have anyone they would want to support with a raid? Or just like a streamer who's streaming right now and we just spread across Twitch like jam on bread. Yes. Does anyone have like someone who they like to support, or like just people they like, and I shall send you all to them so that we can see what they're doing and see how cool they are. Yeah. But otherwise, I'm just gonna grab someone from the vtuber's channel. I mean, the server, sorry. Who seems cool. Oh, I sometimes take the VTuber. What? We are the same? I sometimes check the VTuber survey, so I just nice. Yes. Oh, there's someone playing Breath of the Wild right now. I've always wanted to play the game, but I don't have it, and I also don't know if I have the time. So they look cute. Let's go raid them. Hey. Any objections? If not, I think this is the right galaxy, guys. Let's go. Gather my minions, my loyal students. Let's go!